Have you ever seen two good players play like idiots? Not complete idiots, but, just momentary idiots. Well, that's what you're going to get now. As you can see, I had 74%, and my partner had 63%. Now, we both played some good moves and then some really stupid moves. And I'm using the game review to show it for you because it's quite humorous. Because you think, well, really good players would never make such the stupid moves that we made. But this is why, this is an explanation right in front of your face why I say internet chess is not real chess. And this is a good example of it. Both of us had awful performances, 1850 for myself, 1550 for my opponent. I'm sure he would laugh about this like I do, not at each other, but at our own selves because we were stupid. But it's funny because good players playing stupid is funny. It just is. Okay, so he's playing, this is not Queen's Indian Defense, but this would be Queen's Fianchetto. It's similar to Queen's Indian, except that white gets in e4. So a Queen's Indian Defense would have a knight here that would prevent white from playing just a blatant e4. So Queen's Fianchetto, queenside, dangerous to a degree because you got to be careful of the tactics. You give white this big center, which I get, and I took it here. Computer doesn't like it, and I'm like, up yours. So he's playing double Fianchetto now, kind of a variation of modern defense with the extra Fianchetto. Again, it's very passive, and you got to be careful because if you're not careful, you're going to get overrun potentially. I did have that, but I was playing in blitz mode, not thinking mode. So he's, his philosophy is, look, he's going to play this system, b6, e6, and g6 with two bishops on Fianchettos. Okay, it's really pretty easy. Now he's busted this out in 9 seconds. Okay, that's one of the points. All right, I'm just going to go classical style, build my center, get my pieces out. Now, he's threatening to theoretically play knight g4. Big deal. I'd just go bishop g1 and boot that jerk. But it's a good move. He was also double attacking my e-pawn, which I defended doubly, bishop and knight. So on the plus side, he's completely developed and castled all of his pieces, his king side, and then he needs to get this knight out, and he's in really good shape, actually. That's why the computer says it's slight advantage for white, but it's only an advantage if you know how to use it. So here, I'm stopping that knight g4 and threatening to play g4 myself. Ironically, I never played. Oh well. So, and I should have played c4. But, castling can't go wrong, okay? But I'm playing speed mode, so is he. We're both about the same time, but 1 second different on time. c5, good idea in general. He needs to prepare this better with d6. Like an idiot, the computer says you're supposed to take the pawn, stupid. Watch this show, missed tactic. Well, I missed it, okay? That's what makes this funny. It just wins a pawn. Durr. Show the follow-up. Why, he takes it, I take it back. Oh, even better. Hit the knight first, then take it. This is ugly for him. But this is part of the comedy of errors, okay? I played safety mode c3. A very good move, just not going to get an advantage for it. He takes, I take. I'm okay. My position is not really any worse, but I just blew an opportunity. Now here, rook to c1, again, if he wants to play knight to b4, bishop to b1, and then I'd boot him. Smarter is just a3, idiot. Idiot being me. Don't worry, he'll get his chance to be an idiot too. That's the problem. And that's why I think that, if I had talked to him, we would laugh, because we're two idiots. Let's just say neither of us was playing to our maximum potential in this game, and I think that's a generous way to put it. I'm sorry. He played knight h5. Yeah, this is kind of questionable. He's obviously threatening to play knight g3. What's he trying to do to me? And I'm like, yeah, I'm stopping this. And the computer says, hey, idiot, play g4. You've been setting this up, you moron. The comedy of errors continues. Okay. And that's the thing that's fun about this, is that you get to see good players play decent moves, but you should be doing better. Both of you idiots. Great idea. He's got an X-ray on my king with his queen. Threatening stuff with potentials of, g5 maybe, what have you. So I'm like, okay, let me blockade this. Well, it says knight can go here. What does knight here do? I would think he would just take this. Threatening a fork, obviously. So show the follow-up. He'd go there to defend. Because one of the things that happens is this knight gets trapped. Pay attention to that in the future, because some idiot that you're listening to didn't do that. You figure out who it was. So knight e5 is not an obvious move. g3 is the safety move. Okay, again, I'm got this queen x-raying my king, and I don't like to be x-rayed. Okay, so it's like, all right, now he needs to stop my pawns with f5. f5 is actually a good move as well, possibly for white. But hey, this is the comedy of errors. The problem when you're playing a game that's a comedy of errors, both of the idiots playing this don't realize that's what it is. So that's one of the attractions. Is like you're looking at this. I was looking at this going, you idiot. And then I realized it's so farcical that I need to show it to you. So e5, again, not a bad move. And I'm getting the drift. What happens here in the comedy of errors is that one side gets the drift of how this should be going sooner than the other guy, and he's the guy who ends up winning. Or he ends up not losing. However you want to phrase it, it's fine. I was looking at this game, and I'm like, man, knight to e4 is going to be awesome. What did I play? Bishop to e4. What are you, stupid? Well, there's an odd logic to it. If he takes the bishop, knight goes here, and this knight is awesome. I get to go to knight d6. One idiot plays bishop to e4. The other idiot takes the bishop on e4, giving the previous idiot the knight outpost with knight takes e4, going to d6. It's like I said, two good players just ran into each other, and for whatever reason, they played less than their maximum ability. And one of the things that I didn't catch upcoming here is I have a brilliant move right here. Well, it's not a brilliant blue box double exclamation. But if you're thinking, now look, again, our times are very close, and this is what we're doing. He's playing very fast, and I'm playing just as fast, which means that he's playing bad moves, and I'm also playing bad, being a relative term, playing moves that aren't the best, sometimes third, fourth, and fifth best for the computer, and I'm replying with the same thing. We're both blowing this royal, okay? By our own personal standards, whatever those would be. I'm sure my opponent would agree with me that we both played like idiots, given our relative strengths, okay? So that's the thing. It's like this is a team idiocy event that we're in. So did you see the move? Pause the video if you really want to. if you want to try and find it, because it's really kind of hilarious. And I'll be back in 3, 2, 1. Sorry. G4. See? Idiot. Show idea kicking the piece. Yeah, show the idea. This is the move. Why is this the move? Because he cannot. I thought, well, this is stupid. He's just going to go back here, and I have nothing. What did I miss? When I was playing the game, I missed it. When I looked at this, I didn't miss it. I'm like, you moron. How did I miss that? Because it happens. Yes, knight to f6 is checkmate. He cannot retreat. Show idea kicking the piece. Not this one, dummy. I played this. Let's go. Here. Show the follow-up. He cannot play knight g7 because that's a checkmate. Moron. Okay, he attacks my bishop. Now he goes here. Take, take. G5 is crushing. This is actually crushing for white. Piece up. 3, 4, 5, 2, 3, 4, 5. He's got 2 pawns for the piece, but he doesn't have really anything else going at all for himself. Simply just doubling the rooks on the C file with a rook C3. Maybe not rook C3. He's going to play this move. Queen to D3 might be the move. Rook to C2. If he wants to play the knight here, just play queen to here. Queen D3 counter-attacking the knight and then doubling the rooks. He is in, it says plus 2.17. It could be better. It could be worse. One of the things that really is useful, perhaps, queen to D3 looks really good. Creates a square for this knight as well. Knight e4. When his knight is gone, then the bishop is going to run rampant on these dark squares. So this should be great. But that wasn't played. Moron. I played. There we go. The lesser move. Knight to d6, which is actually a good move. This is not a bad move. It's just that I threw away a higher winning evaluation. Now, this move is really good because this position is very difficult to lose. And that's the appeal of knight to d6. Knight to d6 is another safety move where you have an advantage. Now it's only 1.29. But it's a nasty advantage because it's hard to lose. This is the killer move. Because I have a killer idea of knight g5 or knight to d2, replacing this knight by knight e4, so that if he goes knight to c8, I could still do the same thing. That's a great move. Not so much. This is the correct move because this is the domination position of the bishop over the knight. The knight can't go to b4 and it retreats from capturing on e3. So now the tomato, I played this move because if he takes my bishop, right now it's a tall pawn. But it has future, bishop d2 with bishop to a5 is another killer move. I did not see that because, well, we're playing the comedy of errors game. And that's why we're showing this to you. I'd much rather show you a game where I played really well. But hey, sometimes you got to take advantage of the stupidity while it's there. And this will help keep you in line mentally. You're not perfect. Oops. And what is wrong with this? What is he supposed to do here that he didn't do? It's not even obvious why this says this is a blunder. I can't tell you why it's a blunder right now. Let's look and see. What did he play? He played h6. F6. What does that do? I don't know. Oh, jerkweed. 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, I'm winning less. I'm still winning. It's inferior. I'm still ahead. So, okay. That's a nasty combo. I didn't see any of that. You know, sometimes you see more than you did. He also didn't see it. So again, I had that idea of knight g5, knight e4. Well, durr. Okay, that's all good. You know, I'm in good shape. Plus 1.77. I'm not complaining. We both missed f6. Okay, this is one of those things. The game reviews are fantastic because they show you, hey, idiot, white piece is idiot. You missed this move. And you, black piece is opponent of that idiot. You are also an idiot, and you missed the f6 move. But, you know, and I say this, we're idiots in a friendly, humorous way because we're both idiots in this game. That's just the way it is, and there's nothing wrong with that. You know, you embrace your idiocy and laugh and pray that you don't do it again. Another great move that I missed. Look at this one. Pause the video and see if you can find this move. I didn't even see this at all. I wasn't even thinking. Again, we were both playing super fast. Don't play super fast. It's dumb. We got caught in the rhythm of super fast play, and that explains the kind of the moves we played. They were very surface level moves and inferior. All right. Did you see the move? The move is this. I didn't play this move. Why is this the move? Well, because I'm threatening to take this knight. Because if this knight is gone, that's a checkmate. G4. I'm going with my, you know, Bobby Fischer-esque kingside attack. Pseudo Bobby Fischer-esque, let's put it that way. And the computer's like, hey, you see this move, Bobby Fischer? Rook C5, you idiot. No, I'm an idiot. I didn't see it. Whoops. Now, again, because I didn't see this originally, I took the knight. What should I do here? Duh. Now, when you remember, when you're playing the game, you don't see this. I know you know that, but I just had to throw it in there. I took the knight because I'm recapturing. Durr. The computer's like, hey, Bobby Fischer, you see this move? It's a checkmate, you idiot. Fudge. Okay. But strategically, I had this whole setup of these two knights, so that if you ever played knight back, I'd have this available. And that happened, and it was all good, what have you, but I threw away a chance to checkmate this guy. I'm a super genius. I'm looking at this, I go, why don't I just take this knight before I push the button? I was like, I could just take this knight and play my knight here. He's in trouble. I own the C8 square. Yeah, whatever. It doesn't really matter. It's not really a threat. If he takes me, I'm just going to recapture. It's the same difference. F5, you jerk. Well, that's the weakness. I didn't think about this at all. That's why I played the rook move. If I would have thought of F5 here, I would have said, if I play rook to F2, he's going to play F5, and I got to take this knight now and then jump in there and then play rook F2, idiot. No, I did the wrong order. Took it. Luckily, somehow, that was the best move. Now, the thing is, if he takes pawn, takes knight, I just retreat and I'll just take this. Again, I'm going to get my position back because I was lucky. It's just the way it is. Fine. Now let me hit him with the in-between move of knight to d6. Get out of this thing, and I'm going to, do whatever I'm going to do, but take advantage of the square. I mean, and this is winning for white. So it's like, I was playing in positional structure mode for this game rather than paying attention to opportunistic tactical mistakes. Okay, as you know, I missed a bunch of tactical opportunities. Pawn takes. It says take the rook. Now, this is the deal, and this goes to the Garry Kasparov rule that knight on the 6th rank is worth a rook. And sometimes when it's still there and there's a rook on the board, it's worth more than a rook. I'm thinking this is worth more than a rook, because I'm going to play rook c5, or I'm going to play rook c2, rook c7 is coming. So I took the pawn. He got out of dodge, but his rook is just so passive. The other rook is ultra passive as well because he can't move because the other rook's blocking him. Oops. So what did I do here? I played queen to e4. Oh, I'm threatening to check this guy. And I'm going to try and get on the c file as well. Except that I decided I'm going to go to play f5 because I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 guys backing this up, and he's only got 1, 2, 3 attackers. So I can play f5 immediately, but that's not what I was looking at. I was looking at this structural business. Again, we're playing super fast, like two idiots. So he wants to trade queens. I'm like, yeah, whatever, dude, I'm winning this. So I'm going to play f5. I don't need to trade queens. I had no idea this was the best move. This was the Spidey senses move, is queen to d3. Because I want to play f5, and I need this queen. His queen's not stopping f5, and my queen is facilitating. So we don't trade queens. Because my queen has an advantage on the square of f5. His does not. Trading queens would be a mistake. Threatening my a pawn. He's trying to take my pawn, you jerkweed. f5. He can't take it because I have, at the very least, f6 check. A nasty move. Or I could play take this, what have you. Either way, this is actually nasty. Now I'm going to play rook to f7. Because I've got knight and 2 rooks and a pawn guarding f7 if he takes my a pawn. He's not a complete idiot. Neither of us is a complete idiot, but we're having, momentary bouts of idiocy. Captures, fine. Would you like to capture again? He says, no, thank you. Well, I can't blame him. But that's not the greatest move. King, who comes up with this move? King to h7. You're just going to let him take the pawn and check you and then blockade it? Well, turns out that's the best idea. But I didn't see it. Neither did my opponent. He played g5, which seems more natural than to just lining your king up, for the execution. But this is the different execution. You got a queen on the light squares. You got this pawn on the dark squares. This knight is devastating. This knight is worth more than a rook. Mate in 5. Okay. Well, there you go. Mate in 6. I wasn't even looking at those. So here, f5, it's plus, basically it's plus a rook. That's how much this knight is worth more than a rook. I didn't take that rook, and it was probably the correct move, because the devastation of this knight is showing its face now. Kaboom. He should take here, and I check him. He should take this. Well, he would just resign. Rook takes. So this is, and then I should play follow-up is going to be rook takes, followed by queen to g6. Well, he's just throwing the pieces away right now just to lengthen it to absolutely furthest possible computer moves. So this was a really super funny game. 2 good players playing sporadically good. But we're idiots. I mean, look at the time. We played too fast. Don't play fast. Or else you might end up with a game like this, which is so bad for your own personal existence and work you've done to get better, etc. This is like undercutting, theoretically. I mean, it isn't an undercutting it, but it looks like it is, because I tell people internet chess is not real chess. Now, sometimes it's very good and, it plays like real chess. And then other times you get crazy stuff. This would be one of the crazy things where you're going to win ugly. Definitely I won this game ugly. But, both of us we played badly for our abilities. So that was the thing. That's why it's so comically bad that you have two choices. You could laugh or you could cry, and laughing is much better. So, it just happened. This would never happen for either of us really in a real tournament game. This is just one of those in internet chess. Internet blitz chess is just double not real chess. So internet chess is not real chess because there's nobody there in front of you. And it makes a difference. It doesn't seem like it would make a difference, but trust me, it makes a difference. There's no pressure. And what happens is when you're playing an actual person across the board from you in an actual tournament, there's actual consequences to stupidity. Because you paid money to go to this tournament and play, test your might. You took your time from your schedule to do this. So there's an investment here of both time and money. And so you're going to play a lot more concentration on your game. So super funny stuff. You don't get to see good players play stupidly for themselves very often. This is it. I hope you enjoyed it. So thanks for watching. I'll see you guys later. It was fun, but it was stupid. But stupid fun sometimes is very good as a change of pace. So that was it. And now maybe whenever you do a stupid game like this, you won't feel as bad. Well, he did it, and he's better than me. It happens to everyone eventually. Okay, so that's it. Thanks for watching. I'll see you guys later.